days and welcome to this week's Extreme Set Mind series, of course, with the amazing Lee Tunnyway, boom, flying in from Ireland via Zoom, and myself, Paul Rees, hanging on to the tailwind of his mind and literally just hanging on with my fingernails some weeks, I tell you. And we have an amazing subject this week, amazing every week, but this one, very controversial, because people get them all mixed up. And trust me, I did for the first 5-8 years of my career. I didn't know what I was, because here's the thing. What is the difference in a coach and a mentor? Because people don't get it. And everybody, I want a mentor. Do you? Or do you need a coach? Well, I want a coach. Or do you need a mentor? People do not get the philosophy. Actually, I don't know many coaches and mentors that know the difference. Oh, it's a big one.
And then you've got consultants, totally different as well.
Oh, man. It's like, yeah. So let's just start with the difference between a coach and a mentor.
A mentor is more somebody that's traveled the road before you, a bit like a consultant, really. A coach doesn't necessarily need to understand your business. They more dig out of you, the best of you. So a good combination is normally a coach, consultant, and a mentor, somebody that knows the road you're going to go on, but not like, so in a sense, they tell you some of the subtleties and the nuances, but they dig out that entrepreneur bit that is you, that USP, that unique superpower.
Yeah. So
you're not just a clone of the coach or the clone of the mentor or the consultant. A consultant's more... See, a mentor, a coach is more on the inside of you, well as digging out the information you know around the subject and digging that out, getting you past your inner traumas and dramas and, I suppose, overthinking, imposter. Now, if you take that into the sports world, like a coach, say, I don't know, tennis coach, rugby coach, whatever, normally they've got a bit of career in what they're doing, as in they were a tennis player before, they were a rugby player before, a football player before, and now they're at a time in their life where they watch you, they see what you're doing on the outside, and then they're in a sense teaching you muscle memory, they're digging it out of you. But a good coach is somebody that can get the absolute best out of you. A mentor is somebody that will give you the absolute best.
Yeah. Let me jump in on that, because here's a thought. Firstly, I get the mentor thing and experience, but also I know a lot of people who are damn good at running business, but have no idea how to project that into any kind of format to help anybody to do the same or to have the same sort of shape of success.
Well, there's a good reason for that, because some people, let's say, for instance, hear it this way, a natural leader. Yeah, and it says what it does on the tin. They're a natural leader, but they don't know why. They've got no skill in it. They've got no training in it, got no awareness in it. They're natural. And you hear it, natural, it's just organic.
Yeah.
So there are natural business people. But a good business person, and bear in mind that, and it depends what level you go up. A business person is not somebody that has, has no employees or has a virtual assistant. That still doesn't mean they're a business person. A business person is able to step out of the business and the business can run without. So that's the business. The business is it's not even you're the manager of the business, that you step back. And that's where, if you go back to one of our podcasts, how were you able to do it, Lee? Because I had good people. Once you get people, but what happens with a lot of people a lot of business owners, when they've gone from the one man or one woman band and they've took on a couple of employees, they don't understand how to delegate and they don't understand how to pass on. So that's where it comes back to your question. A natural business person doesn't know. They've got no strategy behind what they do. They just go through the motions. They know what to do. So it's a bit like a natural tennis player just hits the ball. Yeah. They don't know it's a backhand or a front end. They don't know any of the names for it. They've got no skill behind it. They've got natural ability. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people run their business from natural ability.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people can't take out the nuances and the subtleties, or there's no system or framework or blueprint or plan behind it. It's just, this is what we do. This is how we do it. Why do you do it that way? It's just how we do it. Where a good business is built on strategy, on planning. Because if you haven't got a strategy and like business plan, a lot of people think about a business plan when it comes to, say, investment or pitch decks or whatever. And that's a different type of business plan because you're looking to validate an idea, a process, a system, whatever. A good business plan is where you take terrain. So how much of the area are you going to own? Are you just a local business, or are you a national business, or are you just working in a certain postcode?
Yeah. But Lee, would that be a mentor or a coach then you would get that kind of...
Well, I was talking about the business. Well, that's the point. See, a mentor should be able to tell you, a good mentor, and there's so many coaches and mentors out there now. You might have somebody that was saying the corporate world's come out. They've got a good skill in a certain area. And then they go out and become a consultant or a mentor, and then they tell you how to apply that skill. Yeah. So basically they tell you what you're doing wrong and how to do it right. And so basically it's a bit like being a piano player. Yeah. So if you're a piano teacher, that's a piano teacher. If you're a business teacher, you're a mentor.
Okay.
You're telling them where the keys are, and it's like a system. Now, somebody like Mozart would be a natural piano player, and so many people want to replicate that. But Mozart probably didn't know the keys because he was playing from like an early age, 3 or 4. So if you look at that, take it into the music world, say Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, if you listen to his music, he has multiple different tracks. Yeah. Who taught him to play the piano? I don't know, but whoever taught him to play the piano was a mentor. If you got mentored by Ed Sheeran to learn to play the piano or the guitar or how to do whatever he does, he would tell you how he uses the equipment.
Okay.
If you wanted him to coach you, he would dig out the lyrics and the music from you, not give you the music.
Got it.
Yeah, so if you took it this way, there's a presentation I've done a few times with people in a room. I get a flip chart. And normally if you're in a room with people that are business people, they've got the goals, they've done the vision board, they do all that. Not in the room. Most people that go to a personal development seminar or something like that are doing some form of skill development or personal development. So skill is something you see on the outside, personal is something you do on the inside. A lot of people confuse the two.
Yeah.
And I sort of walk people into it because sometimes if you tell them, they don't hear. They take the information on like at school, and they would take their notes, and then go home and put the notes on the shelf, and that becomes shelf development rather than self-development or skill development.
Wow.
So I normally get a flip chart. I draw some boxes on it, and I just say, for example, like, so how many of you got goals? Brilliant. And I tick the box. And I go, how many have sort of got a vision board going or some form of visualization? Yeah, brilliant. Meditation, brilliant. Yeah. How many are sort of conscious, like in a sense, and accountable to what they're and hold themselves accountable to the goals? Brilliant. So you've got all your to-do lists for the day. You've broken your goals down, and yeah, brilliant. So everybody's putting their hand up, brilliant. But are you getting the success you imagined you would get from the visualization, the meditation, from the goal setting, from the commitment, from the rituals in the morning? How many of you are actually getting results from that? Or is it just taking your life away and you get no results?
Wow.
Yeah. And let me finish the last bit because this is the piece. And I said, there's a reason for that. And I said, the reason is that I've learned, me personally, I can't tell you personally, I've learned not to be a box ticker. I've learned to be the box everybody wants to tick.
Wow, there is.
And I don't believe that Beyonce went to bed dreaming like she wanted to be like Madonna. You'd be surprised how many girls are going to bed dreaming they want to be like Madonna, and that's the mistake. You can't be a clone of anybody else. You have to bring your USP, your unique superpower to the game, and you can't do that by ticking boxes. You have to transcribe you.
Yeah.
And you can do any ritual you want, but the ritual is somebody else's. What's your ritual?
Yeah.
So if I just put one last bit on that, you go to a restaurant, you get the menu, and you choose off the menu. Yeah. A lot of people are doing their goals from a menu. You know, I need to have this to be successful. I need to have this. More they're validating themselves in the real world. So when you go to a restaurant, you choose off the menu. So yeah, I have the soup. That's brilliant. It comes with bread, perfect. And what main? I have steak and chips. Do you do mushrooms with that? Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, chips. Yeah, big chunky. Yeah, brilliant. And what dessert? I have the tiramisu. We were out the other night, my brother's birthday, and when they come around for dessert, I do it just to take the mickey. And he said to everybody, and it was crumble, cheesecake. Yeah, you can have crumble with ice cream. And one of the girls said, what ice cream to come with? You can have banana, you can have vanilla, and you can have chocolate. And he comes to me, he said, I said, have you got Oreo ice cream? He went, no. I said, what ice cream have you got? He said, banana, vanilla, and chocolate. I said, all right. Have you got cookies and cream? He went, no. I said, all right. Strawberry? He went, no. Raspberry ripple? He went, no. He said, we've just got, and that's the point, yeah, is that when you choose your life from what's perceived you should have, or you run your business in a way that a mentor tells you, nothing wrong with a mentor, because a mentor will fast track you really quick. However, there will become a point this is where a coach is different. There will come a point where your business will become stagnant, because you will become stagnant. There'll be no passion in it. There'll be no drive in it. There'll be no motivation. All you'll be doing is ticking boxes.
Okay.
Because you would have built your business from a blueprint of somebody else's success. Nothing wrong with that, because it will fast track you. But if you get to the point that, like some say, my business is my baby, yeah, they're even saying it's in embryonic stage at the minute. Like, a business is separate from you, and anyone that makes it, this is my life. No, it's not your life, because your life is something that you breathe and live. A business is something that earns you money. If that's all that's like a value to you to run a business, I mean, you're going to have very few friends.
Yeah.
You have no social life. You're most likely not going to have a good relationship, because everything that's important to you is something that's dead, which is a business.
Wow.
A coach will dig all of that. A good coach will dig the personal stuff out of you, give you the mentorship if they've got the backstory to have a successful business, but will dig the passion out where you're putting your USP on it, where you feel alive by doing it. So whether that answers that.
Absolutely. And I want to come in with one, because for this last sort of portion, I want to come in with one other sort of insight. And this is going to be a little pointy, because, Lee, what I love about your philosophy is you never take sides. You always look into the layers, what creates it. And I come in with these questions that can seem a little bitchy, but I'm going to come in with a bitchy one.
That's right.
There is a huge I'm going to say delivery of coaches and mentors that are coaching and mentoring individuals with strategies that they've not proven for themselves. They go to a workshop, they hear someone say something to them that feels like it can make success. I mean, I don't know actually many coaches that are teaching people to be millionaires that have actually not earned it, that are below minimum wage themselves. And I'm going to say this is fact. There's the majority of coaching and mentoring experiences, philosophies, strategies they've not proven for themselves. What's your thought on that?
And it's a good one. Coaching, I think you could probably give them a slight pass if they're good at getting the best out of people.
Okay.
But mentors or consultants that bear in mind, I'm in the mentorship, consultant and coaching, but also run businesses, and I also have successful businesses. Yeah. So normally the clients, especially the local ones that come to me, they know that. They come to me because I'm successful. yeah, or because I'm known for being successful.
And this is why I asked you the question, because,
So, me, I would say to people is, I know from running businesses, and bear in mind, I've never had a job. Yeah, so I've been able to put money on my tables at a very early age, and I've got a big family. I've been able to so I had this conversation with my son yesterday. My son wants to buy a site, off of Ros and I, and he said, "Would you sell it to me?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't know." I said, "I don't know." And I said, "I'll tell you why." I said, "You went out and done a job the other day at Liscarney, which is out the road." I said, "And you replaced the hot water tank and pump and different things like that. Drainage system, replaced it, put a new system in." I said, "They paid for all the bits. You got 150 quid." Yeah. I said, "And all right, only took you a couple of hours." I said, "Well, you might get 150, 200 quid in a day." He went, "Yeah." I said, "Brilliant." I said, "You do realise you're never going to build a house doing that. You're pricing within survival mindset."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this is the problem with business, is earning a living is exactly that, earning a living. That's shoes, clothes, food, house, rent, whatever, mortgage. Too many people are too busy earning a living because they come out of the JOB world into the entrepreneur world and they're looking for a salary. That's why they call themselves self-employed. They created a JOB for themselves. Self-employed people that literally just pay their way and the profit of the business is their salary, they're self-employed. Even if they've got a couple of employees, they're self-employed. When you price, so if I'm a business owner and I've got 3 employees and I'm one of them, and I know that my skill set is, say, 200 quid a day, let's say, and I've got 2 employees and they're 150 quid a day. So if we're on a job, so it's 500 quid wages. So I can say it's going to take 5 days. 5 days with 3 guys or 2 guys and 2 girls and a guy, whatever, on the job. So 5 days times 500 quid a day is 2,500 plus materials, and that's, so let's say 2 grand of materials, and 2.5 grand wages. The job's 4.5 grand. Plus VAT, let's say. So just imagine it's 5 grand with the VAT. All I've done is price the job for the salary. Where if it's a business, I have to price in that money. I have to price their holiday pay. I have to price my profit above that, which is not, so if it was 5,000, I have to put a third on top of it for it to be a business.
Okay.
So if it was, just to make the numbers easier, 6,000, then if it was 6,000 with wages and materials, then I should be pricing the job at 8,000 minimum. That gives me 2,000 profit. That profit is what will grow the business. Advertising, cost per acquisition, how much it cost me to find a client. Bear in mind, I'm going to have money on account where I'm owed money and I've got to pay money. I've got accountants fees, I've got insurance, I've got all that. But when I originally priced the job, I only priced my wages. That's why so many people don't even earn a living from the business.
Wow.
And that's where a mentor can let you down. A mentor might have a phenomenal skill set in a specific area. Let's say accounts. They're an accountant and they're good at advising on how to structure a business with accounts. But that don't mean they're good at pricing or metrics. You think so because they're an accountant. No, an accountant knows profit and loss. That's what an accountant is. A business advisor who understands accounts, different skill set, because a business advisor or a good mentor should know how to teach you how to delegate, should be able to teach you how to go into a market, what market to go into, how to communicate to that market, how to interview, how to set up contracts, or the best, because these are all skills that if you're a business person, you would have. If you don't have them, then you have to employ somebody to do them. where I know how to interview and Ross knows how to interview. My sons know how to interview. And we know how to validate an interview. We know how to pick out of like 20 staff, 20 people for an interview. We know how to pick the one that will go the test of time. And especially nowadays, and this is where I'll end it, because this is the downfall for most businesses. Most businesses, not self-employed people just earning a living. People that actually get a profit from the business and develop the business and expand, yeah. The top skill, yeah. Once you've got marketing and sales out the way, and you've got the process in place, and you've got the profit, and you know how to, you know your metrics, you know everything, and then you've got system, and you know how to do that. But as the business expands, it's going to need staff. If you can't interview, staff is going to be your Achilles heel all the time because you won't know who to trust. Yeah. And now with AI and different things like that, CVs, I mean, a CV can look like, a perfect manuscript. And what the employee does, then they go in, especially if I dare say, in the woke reality we're in, the entitled reality we're in. Yeah. For somebody, and no, I don't think it's anything to do with those people. It's to do with the education system. Too many people have been promised, get a good education, get a good job. 90% of jobs now, unless it's task-based, can be replaced by AI or better than AI. But AI can't AI can give you good information or mentoring, but data is not experience. A good mentor may have a skill and they've got it from data, education, or in a job. A good mentor must have experience, which means they've been in the trenches and they know what it feels like, what it tastes like, what it smells like. And if you've got a mentor with experience or a coach with experience, you're good. If you've got a coach that's just been in a career and knows how to screw a handle on the wall and they're mentoring you how to screw a handle on the wall, that's fine. But that's all they're going to teach you. Yeah. That's education. Yeah. A mentor with experience will tell you what it feels like, how heavy it will feel, and they know every single part. The last bit, and I know we've gone over, if you haven't got a mentor, a consultant, or a coach that cares and has experience, because you'll know if they care because you'll feel it, and it won't be a happy feeling. Because any time they won't agree with you, because they've got the experience, because a good coach or a good mentor or a good consultant has the experience of what it feels like to where the world or reality pushes against you. And that's what a good coach will stop happening to you. Good mentor will stop happening, a good consultant. They know the price of getting it wrong. And if you've got a coach or a mentor or a consultant that hasn't been in those places, and doesn't know the pain of it, a bit like stubbing your toe, because I'll tell you, when you get it wrong and your family needs feeding or your mortgage needs paying or your staff need paying and you get it wrong, you're going to pay a very dear price. Yeah. That's why 80% of businesses go out of business in the first 3 years, because they rely on what's on the pages of a book or in a manual, and it ain't. It's what's written in people's skins, hearts, and feelings.
Written in people's skins, hearts, and feelings. What an amazing end to this. Lee Tannyware, thank you again so much for what a 20-odd minutes of beautifulness. I will catch you this time next week, my friend. Love you to bits. No like, subscribe. That's what we're about here on this channel. And we'll catch you. And of course, go on LinkedIn. Just put Lee Tannyware in. And there is a ton full of stuff going on in his life. Be there. For sure. Lee, bye for now. Have an amazing day.
Take care, my friend. Have a brilliant day.
Bye, Lee. Bye.